This is going to be a short demonstration of the TrackVision AI chat interface. To remind you, the business challenge we're dealing with is that a glass bottle of champagne was found to be defective, and the circumstances are pretty serious. The glass can dissolve when in contact with alcohol. So we've got a recall situation in our hands, and what we need to do is we need to figure out is where did that bad batch come from? Which of my finished goods did that batch end up in? And then, of course, where are those products right now? How do I get in touch with the folks who are in possession of those? How do I get them essentially off the shelves so that they don't get into the hands of consumers? So again, this was a problem that took multiple weeks to solve previously, with emails and phone calls and spreadsheets being passed around and so forth. So we're going to demonstrate how our TrackVision interface would deal with that. So I'm just going to start out with the basic information. I found this bad bottle. I know which lot it comes from. That's printed on the bottle. So I'm just going to say here, I have a problem with lot AA BCD 01, and what details do you have about it? Okay, just what do you know about this lot is really my first question, just to get myself started here. So. All right, so it comes back and it can tell me about this lot of my finished goods. What is the product, how many of those products were made, where do the raw materials come from, and so forth. So I've already got a pretty good start, but it's asking me for some additional information, because what I really want to know about is I want to know about this raw material. This is the glass with this batch number on the glass, and so that's what I'm really mostly interested in. So I'll say, let's see, it uses raw materials from batch P 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What other lots were produced using this batch, right? So what I want to figure out here is which of my finished goods. So I know one of the lots, because that's the one that the bottle was found in, but are there any other lots that were generated from this raw material? Because I need to find all of them, right? So the second one here, as you can see, that looks like there's a total of 2. Okay, 2 lots of my product. This is this second one here is the one that we asked about specifically, but there's another one as well. And this is no problem was found here, but we now know that that was made with this defective glass, so we've got to deal with that situation as well. Let's see what it knows about that particular lot. So let's see. Well, let's say okay. So where the containers for lot, this is going to be AABC003. Okay, we want to know where are all of those affected products at the moment. So we type that in, and we find out that they're worth a co-packer located in China. Okay, and there are 153 of those containers for this particular lot. So that's where they sit right now. And these are the people that I want to get in touch with to affect the recall. So, I need to know how to do that. So I'm just going to ask, what are the contact details for this location? I assume it can figure that out pretty easily. Yeah, so it's this co-packer, again, located in China. I've got their, I've got an email address, a phone number, etc. What I want to do is I want to, this is obviously, again, all hands on deck moment. So we need to be taking action on this immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask, can you write an email, let's try to spell that right, to them stating that all bottles must be kept in their warehouse, and also to confirm that they can trace all containers, right? All 153 of those containers. Okay, so let's give it a chance to see if it can do that. Okay, so it's taken a crack at that email as per my instructions, phrasing it in kind language and so forth. And so, I can review that and decide if I want to send it. But remember, this is a location in China. So it's probably going to be better if we send it to them in their native language rather than in English. So I'm just going to ask, can you compose this email in Mandarin? Okay. So that they are very clearly understanding what we're asking them to do. Okay, so it takes a second, but I'm going to trust that that is the same email instructions, but obviously composed in Mandarin as I requested. Okay, so that's the downstream situation, right? So we've reached out to those folks who are in possession of those of that lot with those containers, and hopefully they're going to respond to that. And we've sort of got the ball rolling on this. Now, what I want to do though is, of course, I got this bad batch from a raw material supplier of the glass itself, and I want to let them know that there's a problem as well. So initially I was reaching downstream to get my product off the shelves. Now what I want to do is I want to reach upstream in my supply chain, ensure that the issue doesn't perpetuate any further. So let's say here, I also want to email the raw material supplier. Do you have contact details for them? All right, let's see. Remember, so we asked about that raw material, right? So it knows we're talking about the glass here. So I don't even need to specify that. That's obviously the context of the conversation. And indeed, I get similar contact information for those folks. So again, we want to deal with that promptly. So what I'm going to do here is have it generate another email to them, telling them that the glass has a serious problem. Okay, actually that's not a question, that's it's a directive. So let's give it a chance to do that. Okay, so there we go. There's our email to our glass supplier. Again, it's an urgent situation. We can review that email. We can change it if we want to, but that's basically what I'm looking for. So, so I'm going to stop it there. But hopefully this gives a pretty solid illustration of the sort of enormous productivity improvement in this recall situation that we get leveraging the TrackVision technology. Thank you.